welcome to Family. We've got your back. We are tired. Again, shocker. And guess why? Again, we've been at our son's Frisbee tournament all day in the sun. And I've discovered that anything above 70 degrees, and I'm like the Wicked Witch of the West, and I just melt. You don't have to throw water on me. You just put me in the sun, and I'm a puddle. And drained and empty.
Yeah, that's been historical for Michelle.
I'm not a sun person. So anyway, I've decided that I love my son, but I'm not going to any more summer tournaments. I can't do it. It's too. I can't even complete a sentence. So if today's episode doesn't make any sense, then look up the word perspective in the dictionary. On your own, and you'll get a better idea of what we're trying to say. But yes, we are talking about perspective, and it's because, like, when the first game, I was so grouchy and angry, and everything my daughter said annoyed me, and, like, even other people cheering were just obnoxious, and they're just at a game.
Yeah.
Like, there was no reason for it.
It's just a very short fuse.
Yeah,
right?
And then there was lightning and hail, and so we had to get off the field. Like, liability stated that we had to exit the premises and be under cover. And so a lot of people got in their cars. We went and got lunch. And then I felt better. And suddenly nobody was annoying, and cheering was fun, and my life wasn't so awful.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, nothing changed. The weather even got hotter, right?
Yeah. And humidity because of the hail.
Yeah.
And moisture.
I mean, it was such a bad day. But anyway, like, for me, I'm sure, like, people who like being in the sun loved it. For me,
despite
like,
my loved one being frustrated.
Yeah, like, you see my sunburned cheeks? I had a hat, an umbrella, and sunscreen. And look at him, nothing. It's like...
It's not fair.
No, it's not. So anyway, I can't be in the sun. Anyway, but nothing changed except the way I was thinking. And so I gained a proper perspective. So it's kind of funny that in the 1800s dictionary, it's all about mathematical and art terms. But in today's dictionary, it's about a mindset. And the one we liked the most was the capacity to view things in their true relations or relative importance. So...
Yeah, and I like that definition a
so
lot.
Much. Because it's like you get to see things how they really are. Like, actually true. Right?
It's like...
and not skewed in or blown out of importance. And so this one little minor thing in your life is all of a sudden this disaster when it's really just not.
Yeah.
Right? And so seeing things in the proper perspective is actually seeing things as they truly are, as they actually in reality are.
Right. And so, I try to treat my students with the right perspective in that if I have confidence that if they'll just pick up a pencil, I can help them to learn the process. But so many of them have the attitude and the mindset that, oh, it's math. Math is hard. I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm not good at math.
Oh. And even Michelle, even you feel that way.
Well, it's not that...
you got A's
I did.
Throughout high school.
And yet math is not my thing because it doesn't make sense.
And so they have the wrong perspective.
Like, I can learn the technique, but it doesn't stick in my brain, and it doesn't make sense to me.
Because if they could see them the way that I see them, then there would be no stopping us. Because I know they can do it. I can coach you through the steps, boom, 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 and it'll be great. But you have to come with the mindset that you can do it. And this is all about this episode. It's like you see it for how it truly is. Well, you can't know how it truly is until you've mastered it. Whatever the skill is.
Right. That's actually Yeah, and unless you can actually apply the skill, you haven't mastered it. Like,
Right.
if you...
But you have to put in you have to have the perspective that yes, eventually, if I practice this enough, I will get it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, like it took me hours to do my math homework, but I eventually figured it out for the moment. It just didn't stay in my brain after I figured it out for the test or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's not... I mean, if I worked at it enough, it
would sink in.
It would possibly
sink
sink in. But I discovered that I could figure it out. I took trig in high school and got an A. And then I took college trig my senior year. And then I tested into trig again for college. So I took it 3 times, and the 3rd time I took it, I actually understood it.
Yeah.
So,
right, and that's it.
But then I promptly forgot it.
And
right?
so with regards to healthy relationship stuff, we all need to have if we can see the people who we deal with, that we're associated with at work or at school or wherever, if we can see them for who they truly are, then yes, we can do anything given time. And that's the frustrating thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
so I think it's not more, but I think it's also just okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm so tired with the just notifications on a phone or making me forget. So obviously, my perspective right now is one of extreme fatigue, right? And so my ability to process what is going on and view it properly is hampered.
Yeah.
So if we want to see things as they truly are, being hangry or tired don't help the situation.
No.
But, like, for example, like, you've heard the term making mountains out of molehills.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that is lacking perspective. And one of the moms today was talking about this idea, and she's like, yeah, like, people that have a positive outlook actually help the team play better and have a better experience, whereas the kids who are like, oh, we're losing, oh, grumpy, and like criticizing the coaches and the other players and the parents and the whatever they want to criticize and view, and they don't play as well.
Or even just saying, oh, today's not my day. Oh, man, horrible perspective.
Right?
Because that means your whole day is wasted at that point in time.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm giving up.
It's
And
not
so
my day.
so I guess what we're saying is the way you think or view the world is very powerful on your emotions and your ability to act in the way that gets you what you want, or the relationship, creating better relationships with people. And so I guess what we're saying is that having an outlook that is accurate helps you see other people for who they really are and treat them better, and having a proper long view as well also helps you, like, ride the road better. Like, the bumps in the road don't... It's like having shock absorbers on your vehicle versus not having them. You know?
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Like, as you're driving along, if you don't have proper shock absorption, everything is like shaking your brain, right?
Yeah.
But if you have shock absorbers, it's a smoother ride. And so that's how I think of as a proper perspective, is that it gives you a better ride through life.
Right, and you're going to still feel the bumps, but those bumps can be empowering because you can learn from them.
And they can even be fun.
Yeah.
Versus jarring and headache, migraine.
Yeah, we all can all look back at horrible times presently, hopefully, and think about them in a lighter light, right?
Right. Like you can look back through a trial that you've had in your life and think, oh, I'm kind of glad I went through that because this and this and this was learned.
Right.
Or this brought this person into my life, which I would not like to not have it. Oh, let me try again.
Or remember how that
I
one
love
person
this person. I want them in my life. This bad experience brought them into my life, and so I'm happy I went through it because I love this person.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a silver lining, but you have to have the right perspective to see that silver lining.
Right.
If you're all just in agony because of every bad thing that happens, that's a very frustrating place to be.
So we don't want you to just have 2020 hindsight. We want you to have 2020 present sight and foresight.
Yeah.
Like, well, you can't have 2020 foresight. Never mind, scratch that one. But 2020 present sight, in that you are viewing your life in the long run, viewing people as valuable, viewing life as an experience to be had, to make the most of, instead of, ugh. We're saying, take on life and not cower and wish it wasn't so, and, oh, if only this were different, then I could blank. Right? So, I guess what we're saying is, ask yourself, will it matter later today? Will it matter tomorrow? Will it matter in 10 years? Will it matter in 1,000 years? Right? Will it matter? If it won't, don't get upset about it. Like, when things are in their proper perspective, it's not that big of a deal.
No.
Like, the little things don't easily beset you. And so that really ties back into resilience. So having the proper perspective helps you be resilient as well. And I think that was one of the things that helping kids have a longer view and a proper perspective helped them with resilience. So that we've already talked about this before, but we wanted to specifically hit this point of the helping your developing a proper perspective in life will help your life go smoother, as if you have shock absorbers. So perspective, or having the proper perspective, is the shock absorbers of your life.
Yes.
So yeah, that will be my catchphrase for the rest of my life. Whatever.
It's not really a catchphrase. It's like a motto.
It's like a stupid thing that I just said that we'll never say again.
You can't even say it right now.
Yeah. So anyway, so I guess your activity for this week is try to have the long view of
and
things.
the truthful view.
Where you see things in their true relation to other things, so that you can have the shock absorption effect in your life. Okay?
Yay.
See you later, and maybe next week we won't be so tired and we'll actually be able to complete our sentences properly.
Oh, you finished that one nicely.
Ooh, thank you. Okay, good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.